trade is based on the hourly, and let's go next candle. Oh, wow. Welcome back YouTube, Harry here, known as Trade Shop, and in this video it's going to be a great one. We're going to actually back test the way I trade, right? And I trade using price action. You know, many people out there on YouTube, they show you the strategy and then they leave it for you to go by yourself. But I just made a recent video which you guys have to check out. I'll put some sort of card of how to trade price action. It's a full tutorial, 40-minute long video, pretty good. And I'm gonna show you it in back testing, right? So on top of learning it, we also back test it. You can see it, how it works and how I actually do it. So we're gonna back test one of my favorite pairs, which is pound yen, due to the volatility. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. It's gonna be a raw video, and I'm just gonna sit here and we'll back test a week worth of data. So let's get into the video. So guys, as always, please support the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. It really helps. I hate saying it. I say this every video if you watch my videos, and I hate saying it, but it has to be done. And it's shocking that 85% of the people are not subscribed. That's why I have to say it, because it really does help and helps people get this information that I give here on for free. So I really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. We have some exciting content coming next week as well, and also down below are the groups to the safe haven of the trading industries. Send in your charts, get feedback, and actually, I'll answer your questions, unlike most of these people. So let's get into the charts here and get straight into some back testing. All right guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna back test London session, because that's when I trade GJ, and we're just gonna make the chart like this, go on the 4-hour time frame, which we are, and we're gonna scroll back, and we're gonna scroll back, probably somewhere around here. This should and then just like this, random. And let's go, we have start on the weekly time frame here to see what information we have. So we are in a range here. It's very messy, price action here. Daily time frame, that's the 2-day, opened up on a gap, very messy. I think we need to go a day forward here, because this is too messy in this area. I would not personally trade on this day. So let's go a candle forwards. Let's not trade in a range. So in this range here, you can take trades, but we want to make this a little bit of an exciting video, so we have a daily resistance here, right? And looking at the weekly time frame, seems to be continuing bullish around this, but keep in mind that this is a weekly resistance. So let's start marking this up so we understand, right? So this is our weekly resistance right here. This is our daily resistance. So this is our daily. So it's going to be very difficult in this zone. My guess from now is it will start ranging, right? But that doesn't mean we can't trade a range, and it's probably good education. So daily tapping its resistance, that's why you get that rejection there. 4-hour time frame is continuing bearish now, so it looks like it wants to make a low. So we do have right here we have a 4-hour resistance here. So if this can find support, this will be good, right? So 4-hour resistance. Now let's go to my trading session, which is going to be at 10 o'clock, right? So let's mark where 10 o'clock is, and then we can do the rest of our analysis, because there's no point analyzing now when I'm trading at 10 o'clock, right? So 6:10, right? So now let's go on the 1-hour time frame, and now let's skip to 10 o'clock. Asian session range, typical. All right, so 10 o'clock, we have a range lows here. I want to see these lows respected here, and if we break above this area here, this should be a good area to be able to continue bullish, to be honest. And we should be able to have a good trade within this area here, high volume area. You can see this area here, guys, and this is explained in that 40-minute video, is high volume because of the way the candles move here. We call this LTAs, low traffic areas, right? And we can see that price easily moved here in the past, and then in the present it easily moved here. So we should be able to get a quick move, and based on how high volume this area is, impulsive entries above this area even makes sense. But I rather wait for a closure. But the more advanced trading, on the 5-minute, but I can't go on the 5-minute here because it will cut my analysis, and that would be sad. So yeah, this looks like a nice area. So 15-minute, let's adjust our zones here. So let's adjust this to the 15-minute high, and yeah, let's continue and see what we have, right? So let's see, nothing, Nothing. You don't want to be trading in here, guys, right? So people will go on the low. We're on a 15-minute time frame. This is, do you want to go any lower? I mean, you're going to be caught in this, guys. You're going to be losing money. And this is where discipline comes. You guys cannot, you know, you have to be disciplined. So anything coming close to the, oh, wow. Okay, so we came to the bottom of the range here, right? We came to the bottom of the range, and trusting our analysis, looking at 4-hour time frame is bearish here. Very interesting. Breaking the lows. Very interesting. Okay. Now let's see the daily time frame. What information? Daily time frame is also breaking the lows here, guys. Look at this. Very important. Daily time frame breaking the lows. This is very important. This means that we can take sells, right? Sells make sense now. Even though when we came to the charts, the daily candle was up here, but now it's coming down. So if this is, you can look at the structure here, and this is the beauty of price action, right? I don't normally counter trend trade. I like to stick to one bias, but you know, I want to prove to the people that you can make, you know, trades off one pair, right? So we can look here that price here is now tried to make a support, failed to break that. And that's why we were looking for buys above this area here in the beginning, right? So it failed to make this, break this area, rejecting, breaking the lows, now reaching a 4-hour support. So if we manage to break this support, we have again that LTA towards here, high volume candle. We should have a clean move down, right? And that should be pretty simple. So let's see on the lower time frames what information we have, because price is creating a support. This can easily break the high and continue bullish. But if we break this low here, I think we'll have a good opportunity to tap into this zone right here, right? So we can put our take profit, you know. So let's say we want to short here, right? Because of the 4-hour being bearish, right? So 4 hours bearish, and let's say we wanted to tap into, I mean, this zone kind of makes sense here, max TP somewhere here, right? So let's see what ends up happening on the 15-minute, and yeah, let's see on the hour, because this is our trade is based on the hourly. And let's go next candle. Oh, wow. No top wick. Now you see, guys, when you have no top wick, sometimes this would put me out of taking the trade, because at any point in time this candle can flip up, make a top wick before coming down, right? But if you're trading on a higher time frame like the hourly, then it doesn't really matter, because your trade is based off a higher time frame trade, right? So then you don't need to worry. But let's say you took the trade on the 15-minute, but the 1 hour did not have a top wick, then that becomes an issue. As you can see here, we smashed take profit here. This wasn't even news, because here's a news event. So that was a pretty good trade. And you see how you tie in the higher time frame analysis into the lower time frame. It makes sense, right? Personally, I would look for buys more than a sell here. But from the higher time frame, the daily breaking the low, the 4-hour breaking its support towards the downside, this trade makes sense here, right? And if you look on the lower time frames, this would have been a support. But if I go on the 5-minute to show you, it will ruin this playback. But this would have been a support like this. Price would have failed, and then price would have came down here, and you probably got a 5-minute closure below the support where our entry was. Boom, easy take profit, right? So that was a nice trade to start off the week here. Now what we have to do, so that was what was our stop loss? So we had a 17 pip stop, and we got a 33 take profit. It's pretty good. Nice easy trade in one candle. Now what we need to do is we need to go to the next day here. So let's go and get the marker, and let's mark our next day, right? So our next day is going to be 10 o'clock next day, and let's go there. While we do that, I have a little bit of water left. Wow, look at that. That was a New York session. Actually, no, this is close to Asian session. See how price moves. Wow, ranging after this intense move. Range. Look at that range. And hello London session. Right, so let's go daily time frame. Of course, daily time frame is trending bullish here, right? So, and let's see the 4-hour time frame. So we know that 4-hour time frame wants to go bullish here, so we create the support 1-hour time frame. So again, If we were trending bullish on the daily, and the daily, because you can see the daily closed around this time here, 14 o'clock, right? So daily closing around here means that it did still close bullish, right? So that means we do have a good opportunity to continue bullish here, right? And of course it's a bit messed up with this backtesting. You guys should check out my other backtest, but I just want to give you a raw video of what makes sense, right? So let's see, 30-minute information here. So we're still stuck in this range. Do I want to sell? Today I'm not going to sell until we get below this. I'm not trading in this range. Too messy, guys. Here you have a clean shot, easy move, but until we get below this, I'm not selling. Let's see what happens in this session. Range. Oof. So we're tapping this resistance right here. Do I want to buy above this resistance? No, I don't want to buy. Price can easily push up here, but I don't want to buy. My easier buys are back up here. Even though I have to wait 33 pips, I rather that. Or I rather price come up, make a target, come back down, find support, and then I can buy it up. So let's see. Yeah, that was a clean shot, guys. You see this? Easy trade here. Easy trade. Look at this. Price closed above here. Here's your easy trade. Again, like I said, price closed above here, right? Stop loss below the candle. Next candle breaks the high, boom, clean 15 pips. Why did I not want to take this trade? Because you're trading into this zone. You can see how many rejections we've had here in the past, right? And this is where people make a lot of mistakes, right? They think, all right, I see this setup, it worked today, but out of 100 trades, how many times will this work when a zone is like this? You always have a higher chance for price to move cleanly like it did right here, right? And this is what people have to understand, is that don't disregard all of this. There's a reason why price acted strange in this area here. Yes, we did push through it quite nicely here, but remember, how many times out of 10 will this trade play out if you're taking it the same way? So you have to keep that in mind. Yes, okay, you did technically, you could say to yourself, I missed the move. But did you really miss the move if this doesn't follow your plan? Here you're cheating your plan. The next time you take this trade, it's going to fail. And then you're going to say, why am I losing? And this is the biggest mistake people in trading make, is that they see this play out once, they take it next time, but then it doesn't work out and then they lose. That's because you disregarded. Yes, it worked out this time, but out of 10 trades, how many times is it going to work? So even though we missed it, look, it retraced right back away. Look at this. You see? Move out, retrace back. Why? Because you have to keep this zone in mind. This is a very, very precious zone. But now we have a target, right? So this is what interests me. Now we have a target. If we can form some sort of support here, I'm going to take buys to this area here. All right, so I wouldn't have been able to get an entry here. Now looking at this, no entry because, it is closed. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to take a trade for 3 pips? No. Come on, this should continue bullish. See, same trade again, same trade. You see, it worked out this time, but people who disregard the things here on the left, you get stuck on the second time and this happens to you. This is what I wanted to show you. Everything was perfect. New York Open, this was at New York Open. Price closed above the previous range, but you don't care about this. And this is what people think. Yes, I'll move stops to break even once it reaches here, and this is my first target, right? But again, you can't disregard this stuff on the left. So let's go to our next session here. And now I hope you guys learned that, yes, you cannot disregard this stuff on the left, right? So let's go to our next session. Is going to be, where's our next session? 9, 10 o'clock. All right. Wow, it's coming into this zone. This should be a clean shot up here. Before, I think this, what time is this? Asian session. Clean Asian session should be able to push straight into this area. Oof. This has to be news. 3 o'clock, this is daily candle open. This is the daily candle. Look at this daily candle. Oh, huge liquidity grab to the downside. I don't want to be trading during that time. Thank God I don't trade during that time. Wow, and there's your clean shot. Just as Asian Open at 3 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock, Asian Open, boom, corrects that move. Now we're creating some, wow, oof, Look, this is some crazy movements today on GJ. So now let's see what the 4-hour information we have. 4-hour is still bullish, you can see, but you know, looks like it wants to trend bearish. At this point, daily candle can close bullish here. So let's see what information we have, and let's skip to London session here. All right, sweet. This is very, very nice. 10 o'clock here. Price created a support, 30-minute candle. Yeah, this was the entry candle here. To be honest, I trade from 9:30. I would have caught this move. This is a very simple move. Very same thing as I was showing you guys yesterday, right? Was, you know, price created the target. Now closing above. Here's your low traffic area, right? I'm just keeping it consistent for the video. Here's your entry. As soon as the candle closed above that previous resistance, you can see how price closed above the previous resistance. Here's the target. Stop loss below the previous candle. Boom, straight to your take profit here, right? So this was an easy trade. That would have been your trade right there, and it would have been an earlier trade, but I would have still caught this pre London, and you know, here your stop loss would be break even. So this would have been how many pips you would have got. So you would have risked 6 pips and got a nice 8 to 9 pips break even trade. For me, break even. I would have, as soon as that 15-minute closed bearish, you should have closed your trade anyways. So let's see now what information we have. So this is continuing down here. If we can find a support and break above here, what's our range here? 12 pips. We could probably give it a shot. Or we could look for support to test this high. Wow. Okay, never mind then. It's just gonna shoot straight through. Look at this liquidity grab, guys. Insane. Wow, here's a clean shot. What's our stop loss looking like? Some high volume. 14 pips for 14 pips. Is it worth it, guys? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I rather see a support. I rather miss this trade, because you have to remember, guys, look, we traded up quite a lot. It's very risky buying here. Many people feel FOMO. Oh, I want to get in. I want to get in. But what they don't understand is that look how much we pushed up. You should have been in here. Fact. Right? But there was no entry for us because this just shot through. Unless you're just pressing buy and then hoping for the best, there's no entry there, right? Ooh, voice break. No entry. So this can easily, I think this can easily shoot up to somewhere around here. But I'm going to stay out until I see some sort of support creation. This is why we stay out. There we go. Now some support creation. This next candle breaking the highs here could be a good opportunity to continue bullish here. Something like this. Boom. All right. Nice trade, guys. So here was a nice trade. We got a 1-to-1 to begin with here. So obviously at this point our stop loss would be at break even, secure 50%. So that was a nice easy trade. I told you, wait for support creation. Next candle close bullish outside, boom, straight. Now let's see if we can catch a little bit of a runner, right? So let's see if we can catch a runner up to maybe these wicks here. This would be an amazing runner today. So let's see if we can catch this runner, or are we going to get stopped out at break even? So next candle. All right, nice. So we're trending up bullish here. Nice. All right, we're consolidating and we stopped out at break even. So at the end of the day, nice trade, you know, 13 pip trade, easy 1-to-1, you know, call yourself a day, stopped out at break even, no runners, right? Personally, I rather just close full at 10 pips, makes more, or 12 pips 1-to-1, makes more sense. Secure your profits and move on to the next day. So let's go on to the next day and we'll call it a last day at that. Let's see if we're gonna get a win or we're gonna get a loss, and then we'll call it at that. So last day is gonna be, oops, let's see what we got here. Here we go. Wow, did push up. All right, so let's rewind here so we can see the daily candle and stuff like this, so without giving us the information. So daily candle is bearish at this moment. Looks like it wants to break the lows. We have to do fresh analysis now. So we have fresh analysis, daily resistance is up here. Daily support is down here. Four-hour. So we have a 4-hour support here. One hour, very messy, guys, very messy. So let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. All right, so we're obviously, you know, closing bearish here, but it's very messy here, guys. I don't like this. What I need to see price come down, make a target, and then we can catch the sell. So let's see what happens here. Great, we're making a target here. So this is our target. If we come back here and retest, we can catch sells towards the downside. Or if we just break these lows here, if we break these candle lows, this could be a good opportunity. The problem is we can't, we have to wait till the candle closure, backtesting on TradingView. But if we were to break somewhere here, we could get a clean shot down there. And let's see if that actually happens. I see this a lot in the charts. Yeah, exactly, right? So you break below there. Is the risk to reward worth it? What are we? 14 pips. What is your stop loss? 14 pips. 1 to 1. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. It's not worth it, right? If on the 5-minute we can find some sort of structure here to keep our stop loss, would make sense, right? And you can see now at this point stop loss break even, right? So if we, on the 5-minute, if we could find some sort of structure, so that trade made sense, right? Close below. Now our TP should be ideally there, and boom, nice, TP smashed. Let's close that. It's one of the groups. So boom, TP. Let's see if we can get a runner, right? Let's see if we can get a runner to come and tap the lows all the way down here. I would have secured all, but this trade, I hope this trade makes sense. All right, nice. Okay, so we're coming close, probably break even. Boom, break even hit. Wow, look at that buyback, guys. We're finding some resistance here. Let's see if we can close bearish on the, see what next candle tells us. See, this was a nice trade, 30-minute. Yeah, that, why didn't it show me that? Did you guys see that? That would have been our entry here. The last 30-minute was not closed. Anyways, if 30 minutes closing bearish, what's your risk to reward? 20 pips for 20 pips. Not worth it, not worth it. This is going to come back down and tap here. You see, same trade we took. Boom. Easy. Easy, easy. This is price action, following the price of the market. We're on a bearish day. Price comes up. Here's your target. Shows us, closes bearish at resistance here. Showing us. But again, guys, keep in mind that we need a good risk to reward. 15-minute, I don't trust. I want to see one bullish candle here. I can see, just based on these candles here, the 5-minute did make a support. The 5-minute would have made a support here, found a rejection here, and would have continued down. This could have been an entry, stop loss above here or here better, right? But I can't go in the 5 minutes. You know what? Since this is the last trade, let's prove that and see if that actually happened. All right. So, oh man, trade went. Anyways, this is our backtesting session. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it could help. Any questions, leave down below. And yeah, with that being said, take care. And yeah, trade sharp. Peace.